Hey, I'm Chef Curtis Stone and I'm going to teach you how to cook the perfect steak every single time. So first things first, you've got to take your steak out of the refrigerator a good half an hour before you're ready to cook it. The technical term for this is tempering the steak. Then what you need to remember is to season before you put into the pan. So salt and pepper on both sides. Then what you want to do is make sure that you've got a nice hot pan. This has to be really nice and hot. So I'm cooking 3, so what I'll do is stand those up together, put them like that, and then actually put them in the pan fat side down, so some of that fat has the chance to render down, caramelize, and give you that beautiful flavor. Or hear that? That's important. You need to have that sizzle. Right, so once the steak's had about 45 seconds or so, you can peek at this, just lift one up and have a little look. See how you've got that caramelization going? That's perfect. Then what you do is you rest these steaks down, all like that. Make sure that they're not on top of one another. And what we're going to do now is give them a really good sear, right? So you want to have that intense heat. Remember I said to you before, we've rendered out a little of the fat so you can actually move them around knowing that there's just a little bit of that beef fat. You no need to add extra olive oil. Once your steaks have had a good minute or 2, what you need to do is have a little peek. Once you see that golden brown, that beautiful caramelization, it's time to flip them over. But don't turn them until you get that color. That's really important. So once the steak's been turned over, you need to give it a good couple of minutes on the other side until you get that same color, and then we're going to take them out and let them rest. Now this is a really important part. You see I've preset just a sheet tray here with my trivet or some kind of rack is what you need. We're going to remove the steaks, sit them on the rack, and allow that to rest. Now what's happening when you take the steak out of the pan is a thing called carryover cooking, right? So the cooking, the heat's still continuing to transfer through to the center of the steak. You need to let that happen and rest it for about 5 or 6 minutes before you cut the steak. And that's going to give you a beautiful even pink all the way through. Keep in mind, if this was a much thicker steak, I might take them out now and let them rest and then return them to the pan. But because they're nice thin New York strips, they're probably about ½ an inch or so, I'm going to make sure that I've got the color on both sides of the steak, pop it up here on my rack, allow them to rest, and in a few minutes I'm going to come through and cut them, and you wait till you see how beautiful, pink and juicy they are. Once the steaks have had a few minutes to rest, I'm going to pick one of these up. Wait till you see the beautiful flavor that you're going to get out of this steak. I'm using my bear claw to keep it steady. Have a look at that beautiful steak. Perfectly pink all the way through the center. That's just perfect. For lots more kitchen tips and to shop the Curtis Stone Kitchen Collection, make sure you come to tsc.ca.